If you want to become confident speaking up in meetings, but you struggle with anxiety, you need to stop waiting for confidence to just show up, and you need to start building it. Now, you may be wondering, how on earth do I do that? But don't worry, because in this video, I am going to teach you the exact framework that I've used to manage my anxiety before meetings, and that helped me grow my career and, as a byproduct, triple my salary at a corporate job. Now, if we haven't met, my name is Rachel. I grew up having crippling anxiety. I started having panic attacks when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and this anxiety lasted well into my 20s, and I always felt like I had limits because of it, and I missed out on a lot. But over the past 6 to 7 years, I've spent thousands of dollars on therapy and have done my own research and studying and reading, and have spent countless hours learning how to manage my anxiety. It's all I think about all the time. This is what I do. I've spent, again, hours and hours doing this, and I want to share with you everything that has helped me so that you don't have to spend the thousands of dollars and countless hours learning how to manage your anxiety. For years, I kept quiet in meetings. I thought one day I'd magically feel more confident. I thought maybe if I read one more book, listened to one more podcast, or watched one more YouTube video, that I would wake up one day and just be confident. That didn't work. I used to sit in meetings and I know exactly what I wanted to say, but my brain would talk me out of it. I would think, what if I sound stupid? What if someone disagrees? What if I embarrass myself? But you know what? This wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was that someone else would say almost the exact same thing that I was thinking, and everyone would love the idea. And this started to make me feel like I was being perceived as lacking intelligence. But I wasn't lacking intelligence. I was lacking the skills and processes to build confidence, because I just sat there thinking that it would show up one day. So I decided to start using this framework that I call the S.P.E.A.K framework, and I turn to it every time I feel anxious before a meeting where I have to speak up. Each letter in the S.P.E.A.K framework represents one step, and altogether it helps you move from feeling overwhelmed to taking control even when your anxiety shows up. Because I'm going to say right now, you're not going to completely get rid of your anxiety. You're not going to cure it, and anyone who tells you you can is flat out lying. But you can manage it, and you can take control of it, and that's what the S.P.E.A.K framework is all about. So with that, let's dive into the S.P.E.A.K framework. The S stands for settling your nervous system. A lot of people think that they can just think their way out of an anxiety attack or ignore the physiological symptoms that come with it. But the very first thing you should do is start paying attention and work on settling your nervous system. And how you do that is a few things that have helped me. Number one, deep belly breathing. This sounds weird, but the way you do it is if you put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and you inhale, you should feel your belly expand more than your chest. And what this does is it regulates your nervous system and brings your heart rate back to its normal state. Because when we feel anxious, as you probably know, your heart rate feels like it could beat out of your chest. The second thing is relax your shoulders. As simple as that, you tell your brain that you're more relaxed, and again, you just settle your nervous system. And the third thing that was surprisingly very helpful that I never thought of before I did all my research was holding something cold. And the reason for this is when you're anxious, you could start feeling sweaty, but the second you hold something cold, or for me, if it's if I put it on the back of my neck, I instantly start to feel better. I'm not as sweaty, and it almost shocks my body into focusing on something other than my anxiety. And what this all does ultimately is relaxes my body and helps my brain think more clearly. The P in SPEAK stands for prepare with a purpose. The worst thing you can do before a meeting is try to memorize some script that you're going to say. I've done it a million times, and honestly, every time that I try to do it and then I mess up a sentence or a word, my anxiety just peaks. So it's really counterintuitive, and the moment you stop trying to memorize and just come in with maybe some bullet points that you're going to use of one comment you're going to make, or one idea you're going to share, or one question you're going to ask, you're able to go in there with confidence, knowing that you can contribute, because that's the goal. You're not there to perform, you're there to contribute and listen to what other people have to say, as well as share your own ideas. E stands for examine your thoughts. Before meetings, my brain would say, everyone is smarter than me, I'm going to sound stupid, and I'm going to freeze. And if you're watching this video, you probably have had the same thoughts go through your head. But after spending lots of money and lots of time going through cognitive behavioral therapy, I learned how to examine my thoughts by asking these few simple questions. Number one, what's the evidence? Because anxiety makes predictions, not observations. So just because your brain says you're going to embarrass yourself doesn't mean it's true. Asking what's the evidence forces you to separate your fears from the facts. And the second thing you can ask is, how likely is that? Anxiety tends to treat unlikely events as if they are guaranteed. Can you stumble over your words? Sure. Can someone disagree with your idea? Absolutely. But is it really likely that everyone is going to think you are incompetent? Absolutely not. Asking yourself how likely is that brings your thoughts back from catastrophic predictions to realistic possibilities. A stands for act despite anxiety. This is probably the hardest part of the framework, because everyone thinks, and myself included, I thought this for years, like I said at the beginning, everyone thinks confidence comes before action. But it's the opposite. So my challenge to you is, your next meeting, speak once. Ask one question. Share one idea. That's enough for now, because you're teaching your brain that you can still show up despite your anxiety. Even when you're feeling anxious, you can still get through it, and that you will be okay. And this will start to build more confidence for future meetings. Which brings me to the final letter in the framework, keep building confidence. After every meeting, ask yourself, did I contribute? Did I share an idea? Confidence isn't something that you're going to force in one meeting. It's going to take time, but by asking yourself, did I contribute? You're changing the definition of success, and you're gaining that evidence that you can show up regardless of your anxiety, and you can become the person that you want to be. All right, thank you so much. That's all I have for this video. I hope it helped. And to do a recap, in this video I broke down the SPEAK framework that I use to prepare myself for meetings when I'm feeling extremely anxious. SPEAK stands for settle your nervous system, prepare with purpose, examine your thoughts, act despite anxiety, and keep building confidence. I am trying my absolute best to give you every single thing that I've learned throughout the years of therapy, and I want to help you get quicker relief than I did, and grow your career and make more money and live the life that you want to live, because anxiety will tell you that you can't. But I am living proof that you absolutely can live your dream life and grow in your dream career, even with anxiety. And if you are someone who is very ambitious, but you feel limited by your anxiety, this is the best channel to help you manage your anxiety and build confidence. And if you're looking for more resources, check the description in the link. Check the description. There's a link there that will take you to resources, templates, and tools that will help you reduce your anxiety. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.